Hey everybody, this is the TNA NXT Legends House main event, whatever you want to do
The,
on Thursday nights, whatever you like after show.
the
Um,
Thursday Night War.
that and let's face it, there's no war.
No,
After
no.
after after what we saw this past week, there's no war.
Well, I
Um,
mean, there can still be a war because one side completely destroying the other side is still a war. It's just a very lopsided one.
yeah, and that subtle voice you hear is Mr. Mad Mike from the Bronx.
How you doing, Riz?
Uh, as you can tell, I have not recovered from last Thursday.
You need to stop hanging out with the rats.
I,
I
I don't
bet
know
I
what that
bet that
means.
you should ask Eamon. He knows all about rats.
We tried, but if you want to understand what we were talking about before, every Tuesday night on live.soberdrimemedia.com where everything happens, or you can catch us. We're on a lot of places.
Or you can just tweet at Eamon to please and ask him what a rat is because he
Yes,
will he will tell you maybe.
maybe that is NWA affiliate. Amen to at Amen two, please.
Yes,
And then
the
number
number two.
two, yes. Um, but first, we uh, we got a nice little last episode of Legends House to go over first.
Yes. Uh now
Holy
Riz,
shit, the feels.
while I take a sip of this seltzer, will you tell me what Pat Patterson revealed?
Pat Patterson revealed that he is gay.
What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
What?
but it's kind of strange because of all the stuff that he has done on that show.
Yep.
To then just go about and go, I'm gay. But
I had to make sure I didn't spit all over my laptop.
yeah, don't ruin your laptop.
I didn't want it shorting out, but I wanted to
Yeah.
try and do the spit take.
Um, but holy shit,
Um,
the
yeah.
feels that were in that steakhouse,
It
they were strong,
uh-huh. Yeah,
very strong.
it made me a little sad.
It made me a little bit of me made me happy that it was kind of over, so I don't really have to, because during this whole time, it made me think of Mean Gene in a whole different light.
What, that he's a giant perv? Because if that's a new light for
Yes.
you, you haven't been paying attention to WCW Monday Night War era pay-per-views.
Oh,
He hits on anything with a pair of boobs.
I literally thought Ashley was going to get roofied.
I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
But
rule it out. Also,
anyways,
I want to know if she's gonna be on the reunion show next week,
oh, she should.
just to come in and say, "Hi, boys." You know her catchphrase.
And then have 7 of the 8 guys there, like, immediately stand at attention.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the 8th guy not, you know. You
Wait,
know.
wait, who would that be? Is that Pat Patterson?
That is Pat Patterson.
What?
You gotta stop doing that so you don't ruin anything.
I had to do it again. I had to.
Actually, eight of the 9 guys because Jerry Lawler will be there as well.
Oh, good Christ. Yeah.
Um, but if you do want to watch Legends House again, it's probably on. It is on WWE Network right now. Um, so Mad Mike, one word for NXT. Let's
Oh,
start.
one
Let's
word.
start on a high note.
One word for NXT. Oh. I'm gonna go with hugs.
That's good.
I'm gonna go with hugs. How about you, Riz?
Bo Nerico.
I see what you did there.
I do have to give. I believe that was either Snarking Out or Brandon Stroud that gave me that idea. Um, so it did
Well,
start
to be
with
fair, he was really El Santo.
yes. So did it start with the
It
six,
started with the 60 Diva tag.
which was of course awesome.
It was really great. It was really, really great. The six divas from last week's awesome match. It was, excuse me, Paige, Bailey, and Emma against the BFFs. Oh my God, so much win out of the whole thing.
Oh, that was nice. Like you said, it was a really solid match, and it actually they're actually developing a storyline between the BFFs with
And
Summer and all of the other ones.
and Bailey got the
And
win, which was very nice to see.
Bailey got the win, which is shocking. But then they did like a little weird segment with
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss,
I
who's
think
now
I think that might be because Paige probably isn't as available.
yeah.
So they're throwing in a third face just to, like a fourth face just to keep it in case they have to do another run in or
Oh
things
yeah.
of that nature.
Then we had
Oh, and Summer Rae taking
Summer
pictures with the fans during the match on the outside was amazing because somehow taking pictures with the fans is a face thing to do, but she's being a heel to the heel team. It's like next level
It's
Inception
mind
type.
blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's exhibit worthy. Um, what match happened next?
Well, I'm pretty sure right after that, that's when we saw the signing of a new NXT talent.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and
No,
and
not just
on a day where there were so many releases from WWE,
yes. It's
it was
great to
nice. It was
see them signing somebody new,
yeah, a
and to
new young talent.
have his name be Mr. NXT.
Hmm.
Where did they find this guy?
Yeah, I mean he looked
He looked
vaguely familiar.
unbelievable.
He looked amazing, but he also
He looked
looked vaguely.
unbelievable.
He looked unbelievable. You're right, unbelievable. He absolutely looked unbelievable. But props to Commissioner JBL for signing him and giving him a match with Sami Zayn. I mean, that's a pretty big opponent for your first time out.
Then Sammy had to ruin it.
Well, see, Sami Zayn is kind of a jerk.
But the fans like it, so it is nice.
Yeah, Sami Zayn clearly doesn't know the history of masked wrestlers
No, you
at
don't take
all.
off masks.
Don't take off masks of masked wrestlers. I don't know why Sami Zayn doesn't know this. He spent some time on the independents. He should know these things, but immediately, and all right, Riz, maybe this is me. Did you feel that Mr. NXT um, was a little bit too defensive towards the crowd.
What you mean when he shouted he's not Bo Dallas
Yes.
in his Mexican ways?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe that people even thought he was Bo Dallas. I mean, and that crowd during that match was unbearable. Like, it was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad.
All right, so
So Bo Dallas gets unmasked
yeah, yeah, Bo Dallas was Mr. NXT.
after a good match and another good match with Sami Zayn and Bo Dallas in a mask. But then
The greatest thing in the world
the
happened.
greatest segment you will ever see.
All right, if you
In,
hold on, if you haven't watched NXT, if you haven't, right after the pinfall is registered in the Bo Dallas match, what I want you to do is I want you to pause your WWE network. I want you to go to a separate internet device, and I want you to bring up Benny Hill theme music. And then I want you to hit play on the Benny Hill theme music, and then continue watching NXT with the sound off. And you will thank me. Because what happened, Riz?
oh, the best chase scene in WWE history happened.
Well, I don't know if it's the best in WWE history. I'll give you a better one after you describe what happened. But
All right, so it took 2 segments for the campus police that Bo Dallas once almost called on the fans,
mhm.
and then it took them so long to get him out, and then when they grabbed him, first he yelled, "They're trying to kidnap me."
Which immediately made me think of ninjas capturing Samoa Joe.
Yes.
Yes.
And then almost the next thing he says was, "He touched my bum."
Yep. He touched my bum.
He touched my bum.
He touched my bum.
And then they take him away into a golf cart.
Yep.
Like one of those things you see, you walk around and around a mall and you see like those little.
Well, I mean, they have them on college campuses too.
Oh yeah.
They have them on college campuses too. So it's like it's a legit thing. But oh my god, it was so funny.
Like
And
it
there was one
lasted.
point where Bo Dallas was running around the ring so much, he actually ducked under the legs of one of the security guards.
He like juked one of them and like just went around him. Like,
He
oh
also said he was going to call the real police.
yes. And then he wanted everybody. He was going to calm down. He just wanted. He had a phone. He just wanted some water.
He wanted some water.
He just wanted some water. But
So good.
I would rather, and this is no spite on Adrian Neville and Tyson Kidd. They had a pretty good match. I would rather watch that for the rest of the day.
Yep. That should have closed the show.
That should have closed the
That
show.
should have closed the show with Bo Dallas running away. That should have closed the show.
But we did have another title defense.
Did we have anything between that? Was it just those 3 matches?
Oh no, we had Cass and.
Oh Christ, I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. It's big guy versus little foreigner.
Yeah, which you know what was the worst match that I watched.
Yeah.
From TNA and NXT.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that.
It just wasn't good at all.
Well, the French guys are new. We don't really have a character gimmick for them. And
now, the French guy.
No one knows what Big Cass is besides like a beta.
He's the guy with Enzo who says soft all the time. and Enzo isn't there, so he's just the big guy who looks vaguely like a gigantic version of Edge or
You know,
Test.
we should call him Beta Test from now on.
Yeah.
Enzo Big Cass is now known as Beta Test.
Uh,
Beta Test.
yeah.
Yep.
But then we did have the main event, which, like I said, was good. And
Um,
I've seen the people on Twitter go that it was just like the first one.
I'm not going to lie. I dozed off during this match
Yeah.
because while Adrian Neville and Tyson Kidd are two very good wrestlers, I I have had bowel movements that have more personality.
And my one problem with this was the same problem I had last week. And I was on the show, so I'm gonna say it out loud first. Tyson Kidd is not the number one contender.
That's true.
Tyler Breeze is.
Yep.
Adrian Neville has wrestled twice when there's a number one contender who hasn't had a number one contender match, or who hasn't had a match yet against the champion.
Well, I mean, Tyler Breeze also said that he can have that match whenever he wants, which I get that, but you don't have two title matches in the meantime.
No.
Especially when the gimmick is Tyler Breeze says he's going to be Adrian Neville. I really don't think Tyson Kidd's going to win. Not at all. Like,
No.
not even a little bit.
Like, there were points in that match where I had thoughts that Tyson Kidd was going to win. Like, just not even like, oh, he might win here. I was like, so if he wins, we're going to have either a triple threat or another match. But
I don't want to see Tyson Kidd get another title shot. I don't want to see it. Like
I want to still see him in NXT though.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not like I want Tyson Kidd to get future endeavored or anything like that,
Yeah.
but like I wonder if the only reason he still has a job it's because he's on Total Divas. Because honestly, the first guy Neville feuded with, Brodus Clay, is gone. And those matches, to me, were better. A little bit more convincing that Adrian was in trouble.
Yeah. But you still knew he wasn't going to lose to Brodus Clay.
Oh, yeah, I mean, well, because Neville had also just won the belt, so he wasn't going to lose. He wasn't going to be a transitional champion to Brodus freaking Clay. But at the same time, Brodus Clay seemed like more of a threat.
Yeah, I can go. Yeah, that's true. But do you one word?
All right, so Impact.
Impact. One word.
One word. Dead. Dead.
That's a harsh way to say it.
Well, no, but I have a reason.
Oh, you mean? Oh, yeah.
Ah, there it is.
Why?
All right, so
we're gonna do something different here. Instead of going through the whole thing and going, that sucked, that sucked, that sucked, that sucked, that was okay, that sucked, that sucked, that sucked, that sucked. What we're gonna do is we're going to go through. We're both going to pick one thing that we liked from this week in TNA.
It's difficult this week.
It's difficult, especially for me, because I only saw half of it.
You didn't miss much in the first half.
The, I know he had a match before, but Eric Young and Kenny King was a good match.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
I'm gonna say that right now. That match was good, and it made me want to watch Kenny King and Austin Aries.
Okay.
Do you
All
have
right.
anything?
Well, I mean, I like what they're doing with Ethan Carter and Bully Ray. I'm okay with what they're doing. The execution tonight was a little sloppy, but a Texas Death Match, Ethan Carter, Bully Ray. I'm intrigued by that match. I think that'll be a good match. I want to see that match. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with the end result in that. It's probably not going to end favorably for my preference, but I'm intrigued by the concept of it, and that's fine. But with Bully Ray repeatedly chanting "over your dead body," leading to a Texas Death Match, I don't think he knows what a Texas Death Match is.
Mm-mm.
Then again, I don't know what TNA's definition of a Texas Death Match is anymore.
Remember, this is the same company who actually had a 1950s stretcher for a stretcher match once.
Yeah.
And the objective was to have said person on the stretcher for 10 seconds.
Mhm.
So it'll probably just be another, ass kicking match. And
Oh
that's
yeah, I
fine.
mean, Carter's gonna bleed, Bully's gonna bleed, because
probably
apart
I'll
from the main
probably,
event,
you
uh,
know, just start stabbing myself with a fork in the head. Just normal stuff.
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So he did
what?
something good.
Yeah, yeah. Now one thing bad.
One thing bad.
This
Let's
is a
just
lot
pick.
easier. This
It
is
is
a
a
lot
lot
easier to
easier.
pick out. It's a lot easier to pick out.
With
Which
this
one?
impact.
What?
With this impact.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with whatever the hell that knockouts match was.
Okay.
Brittany
All right.
almost killed Gail Kim.
Yep.
The match looked sloppy,
Yep.
and it just I thought they were supposed to be better than the Divas.
Um. Yeah. I don't see that happening.
No,
I mean, you have to remember the Divas are being trained by Sarah Del Rey, so
that's true.
that has a little bit to do with it, I think. But
But still, the older Divas would have been better than this match.
yep, that's true. And we get a match we've seen dozens of times before: Gail Kim versus Angelina Love. Again,
But it's
keep in
dubbed
mind,
as it
keep in
does.
mind the feud around the whole Knockouts division has been around Brittany, Madison, and the Beautiful People. Gail Kim was just there because, hey, we remember we still have Gail Kim.
Yes, and like I said, I could have said a lot more for
Mm-hmm.
this one, but I'm going to stick with one.
Although I do like Brittany's role in the actual match. Because she didn't attack Madison. That kept continuity with what was going on.
Yeah.
That was nice. That was nice. And Madison attacked Brittany, and Brittany didn't fight back. Like, I'm okay with that. That's good storytelling. But to have Gail Kim win doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, no.
Like, you have Brittany win, and Madison inadvertently helped Brittany win the belt. Then Brittany thinks Madison really likes her and has accepted her, and then that's when Madison, like,
Scissors.
attacks her.
Oh.
Well, yes, leg scissors her.
Just have a finishing move.
Yes.
Um,
All right. So
did you do your one?
No. I'll do my one bad thing. I don't know if this is my bad thing or the thing I want to change. Actually, no. I'll do my bad thing. The whole main event angle. It started off with a promo. That MVP, like, Eric Young came out and asked MVP, said, "I want a fair fight. I want a fair fight. I want one-on-one." And MVP kind of laughed at that, which is fine. That's what heels do. That's totally natural. But then Eric Young, MVP, said, "I'll tell you what. If you can beat the three of us tonight, 3-on-1, I'll let you name your stipulation for the match." Now, to me, he used the term 3-on-1, which means a handicap match, and that's what we thought we were getting. And then Kenny King interjected, as he's been doing, and said, "No, you know what? We don't need 3 of us to win. 2-on-1. 2-on-1, 2 of us. You can beat 2 of us." And MVP did not like that answer from Kenny King, and Eric Young accepted it immediately, because of course he would. Now, a couple things wrong with this. One, we didn't get any handicap match at all. We got 3 separate one-on-one matches.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind the pay-per-view is Sunday, and tonight's main event was the main event from the pay-per-view for free. First problem with that. Secondly, just because Kenny King says something doesn't mean MVP has to do it. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
And thirdly, Eric Young won because MVP used a chair on him in the third match, giving Eric Young the win, so he was allowed to pick his own stipulation. Now, now I know it's not a sexy stipulation, but a no outside interference match is a stipulation for a wrestling match. Yet, Eric Young, in his infinite wisdom, decides to do the most predictable fucking thing you could do when you have a 3-man faction and you don't want them interfering in your match. A cage match.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the problem with a cage match is that if you have anyone who's even mildly athletic, they can climb a cage.
Not even that.
Okay.
The referee can be knocked out.
Yep.
The referee on the outside can be knocked out.
Yep.
And we're talking about an authority figure who might have another key made.
I didn't even think of that. Shit. Although I will say, if MVP,
if they do that, I would be happy with that.
Yes, if MVP pulls out a spare key, I'm totally cool with that. Like if EY, takes the key from the ref at one point and just throws it out, so you have to win via escape the cage, like over the top. I'd be cool with that, and then MVP pulls out one from inside his singlet. That would be really cool. TNA's probably not going to do it, but that would be really cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's one thing you'd change from this week, Riz?
One thing I would change. I honestly, I'm happy with the match made with, like you said, the Texas Death Match.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have probably been better if the roles were kind of reversed. Because we have the guy who doesn't want to be put through a table wanting to be in a tables match.
Yeah.
And then the guy who wanted to put said person through a table not accept that table match and then make a match of his own.
Mm-hmm.
If, like I said, if it was reversed, because it was kind of going that way, like saying, I don't want a tables match against you, because what EC3 did was he went, oh, you guys want to see me in this match? You want me to see me through a table and all that stuff? He then agrees with them and goes with a tables match. Not a heel thing.
That's true. He
So
did kind of give the fans what they wanted at that point.
even though I do want this match, and I'm kind of glad it's happening. I don't like how it was introduced, and I would have probably changed that. Maybe not have the rules reversed, as like I said before, but maybe just have a different way of bringing it up. Maybe he beats Bully Ray to a pulp or something like that, and then announces that he wants a Texas Death Match. Something that way. But, and again, I could go a whole bunch of ways on this.
Mm-hmm.
I could go with the main event or the knockouts or something, but I just want to pick one because I don't want to like freak out.
All right, here's what I'd change.
Mm.
So Willow.
I'd like to change Willow too.
No, I don't mind Willow as a character. I honestly don't mind. It's the most interested I've been in Jeff Hardy in years. I'm okay with it. Now, Willow and Magnus have a match at the pay-per-view for reasons. And Bram is going to be in Magnus's corner without Sharon, Lois, and Elephant. And Willow came out and said that he is a product of Jeff Hardy's imagination, and he will have someone out with him. He will have Jeff Hardy out with him. Now, to me, what happened was Willow brought out the Monster Abyss to be in his corner. This makes me angry for several reasons. When Abyss left, he said he was apologizing to Eric Young because he was angry at himself. He was going to find someone who trusted him and believed in him and everything. And none of that seems to make sense with Magnus. With Abyss, I mean. But
it hasn't made sense since he left with Eric Young.
Yes, that's true. But here's what I would have done differently. I would have had Willow tell everyone that he was going to have Jeff Hardy in his corner. Bram and Magnus would have laughed. They would have laughed and laughed and laughed, and Willow would have twirled his umbrella and left. And everyone will be okay with that. Then at the pay-per-view, you have Shannon Moore dressed as Willow come out with Jeff Hardy in his corner. And then they're all freaked out because they think Willow and Jeff Hardy are two different people.
I already hate this because you mentioned Shannon Moore.
But all right, but I just picked Shannon Moore because he's similar body type. He knows the Hardys, all that stuff. It'd be a fun surprise, like for someone to come out dressed as Willow to do the Hardy moves and to have Jeff Hardy in his corner cheering him on. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would have been.
And you're lucky I said Shannon Moore as opposed to who else it could have been.
Oh, like the
Yeah,
one you were gonna throw your TV out the window if it was?
yep, pretty much. Pretty
Yeah.
much. I didn't want it to be Matt Hardy.
No.
No.
Nobody wants it to be Matt Hardy.
No one ever wants it to be Matt Hardy. So Riz, who won this week?
No. Honestly, Pat Patterson.
Wait, what about Pat Patterson?
Don't.
It's empty. It's empty.
Okay.
It's empty.
I don't want you to ruin anything because you went left and then you went right before, so I don't want you to ruin anything.
Yeah.
But it was good to see actually Legends House won.
Okay.
That whole thing was an emotional roller coaster from the beginning. But if I had to choose, NXT wins.
Yes.
Even with big cast, NXT wins.
I'm gonna give NXT the win too. Not that Impact's matches were bad because they weren't. They were just kind of, Like as a go home to a pay-per-view, you should really be amping it up and not giving away the main event of your pay-per-view for free.
That's one thing that drew me away from there. I did like the beat down part of it because it is the week before the pay-per-view and they wanted to weaken them up and all that stuff, but it was still stupid though.
Yeah.
So let's run it down here for last. Oh. Do you want to run down the pay-per-view?
Yeah, let's do it quick. We'll do quick predictions because it's on Sunday. We didn't get to talk about it on the Mayhem show proper. So, all right.
So don't yell at us, please.
I'll start from the bottom. We have Austin Aries, Kenny King.
That might be match of the night.
Maybe
match of the night.
Maybe. Well, we've seen them wrestle before.
Yeah.
So
that's why it might be with the talent on that card right now.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's gonna be match of the night. I think that's gonna be something different that we have.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm still gonna say match of the night, and I think Aries is gonna win.
Yeah, I think Aries is gonna win too. Because Kenny King is kind of the loose cannon jobber of the group. Like he's the one who got pinned clean tonight. So
yeah,
for what that's worth. All right. Next we have James Storm versus Mr. Anderson.
Oh God, I hope I'm a Mr. Anderson fan, but I hope James Storm wins.
I hope James Storm wins too. He's not going to. He's not going to.
No, he's not.
No. All right. So we have Willow with Abyss in his corner versus Magnus with Sharon Lois and Bram's Elephant Show in his corner.
Willow.
Yeah. That seems like a no-brainer. Seems like a no-brainer to me. All right. So we have Bobby Lashley against Samoa Joe.
I hope Bobby Lashley just murders this Samoa Joe.
Me too. I think
just runs train on him, just tears him apart.
I think Joe wins, but I would love to see Lashley win. I would love to see Lashley win that match. All right, Knockouts Championship, Angelina Love and Gail Kim.
I don't care.
All right, I say Angelina Love. That's.
I mean, I'm gonna pick Angelina Love, but honestly, after that, okay, we were discussing this before.
Yes.
They have 6 divas, 6 knockouts.
Yep. And now technically they have 5. They only have 5 because they brought Brooke back tonight for a segment.
Yeah, I don't care.
And ODB doesn't count.
ODB doesn't count at all.
She hasn't wrestled in months.
No. I mean, if the TV title doesn't count, ODB doesn't count.
Yep.
All right. What else we got?
Okay.
It's a main event time.
They have the Von Erichs are supposed to wrestle, probably against the Bromans. They'll win.
No one.
Yeah. Kurt Angle's going to announce the next TNA Hall of Fame inductee. Who do you think that's going to be?
It got to be Dixie now.
No, I think it'll be. Oh God, I don't know. It's got to be Samoa Joe. I think at this point it has to be Samoa Joe, because if TNA is predictable as anything, their Hall of Fame people are active wrestlers.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they can't pull in anyone unless they announce
Unless they announce it's AJ Styles and he's just gonna be there.
That's it. That's the only thing I can see, and I don't see that happening.
No.
I don't see that happening at all. All right. So you might notice a lack of a tag title match on this card, even though it makes total sense for the Wolves to go against Bobby Lashley and Kenny King. Guess what the tag champs are doing instead, Riz?
Scissors.
You're close. A ladder match for the X Division Championship. Manic versus Tigre Uno versus Gray. Yep.
I thought they got rid of him.
Sure. Versus Sonata, who I think they spelled his name wrong on the website. Versus Eddie Edwards versus Davey Richards. I don't even know. I don't know. Remember when Kenny King really wanted the X Division title? Remember that?
No.
Yeah.
Was that the time he bled?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Just to be an asshole, I think Crazy Steve's gonna win.
Oh, is Crazy Steve in there?
Crazy Steve is in there. Crazy Steve is the X Division champion.
He's gonna ride the guy on the stilts and win it.
I would kill to see that. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going Crazy Steve too?
Crazy Steve.
You're not going Kicky or Choppy?
No. I'm not going the Kicky or Choppy show.
Okay. All right. Now the two main events. Texas Deathmatch, EC3 versus Bully Ray.
Heart says EC3, Brain says Bully Ray.
Likewise, unfortunately. Although EC3 is still undefeated in singles matches, so I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to go with my heart, and I'm going to pick EC3.
Hopefully your heart will go on.
Yep, hopefully it will. And now the main event in a steel four-sided cage. EY versus MVP.
If MVP wins, and there's a strong possibility of that happening, I will not watch Impact Wrestling.
Ooh, that's a bold statement. That's a bold statement.
So go MVP.
I see what you did there. I'm gonna say Eric Young. I'm gonna say Eric Young because Triple H isn't WWE champion. That's my rationale for it. That's my rationale for it. Triple H isn't WWE champion, so MVP isn't being Eric Young.
That is a great That is a great point.
That's my rationale. Like, like I could see maybe Eric Young winning, but then being beat up so badly they strip him of the belt.
Oh no. But you know, I
Could you
was
see it?
actually thinking about that during that beatdown
Uh-huh.
of, wait a minute, they're weakening him. Maybe they're going to strip him of the belt because he can't wrestle. But
Oh, actually, but there's one thing
extra,
we have to take
oh
into
my,
account,
you
and
know
I totally
what?
forgot. There's one thing we have to take into account, and I totally forgot about this. It changes one of my predictions, actually. Next month is Destination X.
That's exactly where I was going with this.
Yep. Oh shit! I got you. All right, I'm changing my predictions to for the ladder match to Kiki.
Kicky.
Kiki, not Choppy. Kiki.
But, mm,
Davey Richards, right? Davey Richards is Kiki.
all right, if you go in Davey Richards, I'll go with Eddie Edwards, Choppy.
Okay. Okay. I still think EY is going to win, but yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. I'm gonna go with Kiki.
But yeah, I can actually see. Oh God. What if EY is stripped of the belt and the Ultimate X match is for the world title?
Oh no! Oh God! Oh, I can see that too.
Yeah.
Oh, and I don't like saying I can see that. Oh, that made me feel a little dirty. That made
If
me
you want to
feel a
feel a
little
whole
dirty.
lot dirty, tune in every Tuesday night around 9 o'clock for the Wrestling Mayhem show. We talk about wrestling sometimes. Sometimes.
And sometimes we embarrass Eamon about him mentioning ring rats.
Oh, we embarrass Naaman for other things too, but
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to discuss that because you have to watch.
Yeah.
And also, if you actually do want to hear Eamon, who again is not here right now because he's probably looking up what the term rat is. Um, he is on every Tuesday at around 10 or 11 o'clock
Yeah,
with
around
a
10:30.
special guest every week for the Indie Mayhem show.
Mm-hmm.
Last week it was our good friend Justin Plummer. Um, I'm not sure who's next week, uh,
I don't know if they announced who next week's guest
mm,
is yet.
but there will be guests. Also, if you like either one of us, but you don't want us to talk about wrestling,
Which I mean, at this point, after Impact
after
tonight,
watching what we watched,
I don't
I don't
blame
want
you.
to talk. Yeah, I don't want to talk about wrestling anymore. So I'm going to talk about video games. You can talk about video games around 8 o'clock or so on live.soccerjohnmedia.com, and Mike can talk about movies at 5,
5:30. 5:30
5:30
on
at live.
live.sorgatronmedia.com.
And you can follow us at Mayhem Show on Twitter at
You can
the ERiz. The extra E is silent. Or Mad Mike 4883.
3 on
Yeah,
the Twitters.
on the twits. Or you can also like the Facebook group. It has
There,
been
there,
jumping.
there's Facebook groups for every show we mentioned except the
Yes.
indie show.
And I don't think Bossbat has one yet. We have one for insertcoinbegin.com, and I just forgot to write it. Shit. Um, but
and now Riz remembers he has something to do tonight before he goes to sleep.
yes. Uh, but for myself and Mad Mike, thank you guys for watching. If you like what you saw, please like. Please tell your friends about us. Please leave in the comments below. Be nice, please.
If you don't like, just email in to goodtimes at
Good times.
wrestlingmayhemshow.com and tell us how we can improve.
See, I can't say that right now because my voice is kind of low, and I don't want
I
to
know that's why
hurt my voice.
I didn't do the high pitch. I was just like good times.
Yes. And we need a comment question.
Yes.
What are your predictions for whatever the pay-per-view is? I don't even
Slammiversary.
know what it's called anymore.
Slammiversary.
Oh, Slammiversary. Duh. So what do you think will happen at Slammiversary? Do you think it will be a good pay-per-view? Leave it in the comments below. We'll probably respond to you if we have time.
I
Um,
will. I will be live tweeting Slammiversary at some point this weekend. I don't know if I'll be able to do it live while the pay-per-view is on because it is Father's Day.
mm,
Which, by the way, excellent planning, TNA. A pay-per-view on Father's Day night. That's solid work.
A
Um,
plus.
but yeah, follow at Mayhem Show. At some point on Sunday night, I will be live tweeting Slammiversary. So
And for Mad Mike and myself, this has been the TNA and NXT After Show. See ya.